What's going on, people? CP3, live from At the Bar Radio. Postgame live, week 5. Washington football team with another ugly, bad loss to the Rams, 30-10. Couple of things in this game. We had Alex Smith making an appearance, and I guess I need to go ahead and get my I guess I eat my words, I guess I should say, because when Alex Smith went down over 2 years ago with that injury, I thought that he would never play again. I said on the air that he wouldn't, and I said if he did ever take a snap again in an NFL game, I have no problem eating my words and saying I was wrong, and I was wrong. That man went in there, getting no reps with the first team, limited reps with the first team, with a defense like that, in those conditions with the weather, and getting sacked 6 times. My hat goes off to Alex Smith and his courage, his stick-to-itiveness, I guess if you want to call it, his willfulness to get back on the field and play the game that he loves. If anybody put this loss on him, that's just plain old foolish. And I know some of these fans probably are, because I've been talking with some of these fans during the game. And some of the comments that these folks make are kind of so small-minded. But I understand it's from the fan perspective. So you're emotional. You don't understand X's and O's like that. You don't understand coaching. You don't understand strategy. You don't understand, situational football, one of the things they were talking about during the broadcast. This game was an uphill battle from the jump, no matter what quarterback started it. Kyle Allen looked decent until he got hurt. Nothing spectacular, nothing too ugly. He looked decent. He managed the game. He got a touchdown in the first quarter to actually get the lead in the game. And then he went out trying to do too much. They say arm injury, looked more like maybe a concussion, but they said he was cleared to come back to play if necessary. But Alex Smith, finished the game. Numbers weren't, impressive for neither one of the quarterbacks. For the whole offense as a whole, the numbers aren't good. But it's amazing that you could be missing your best offensive lineman, have a 5th-time starter at left tackle and left guard, got Morgan Moses on the right side, who was fighting for his job all camp, got Chase Royer at center, the only dude that's been there consistently, hasn't been hurt that I could recall, and one of the, if not the best defensive lineman in the league, in Aaron Donald. I mean, what did you think was going to happen? You thought I'm not even sure what some of these fans are thinking. I actually got one right now that's in my box, that's in my notifications, commenting on the post, because he brown-nosed, and that's cool. I understand when y'all brown-nosed to some of these folks. But don't come at me with fan perspective when I'm giving you NFL X's and O's insight. You can get emotional all you want. The whole division sucks. Point blank. They're all rebuilding. You can't be on top all the time. And unfortunately, the Washington football team has been on the bottom for a while. And I get that. I get folks being upset about that. But get out your feelings. Getting upset and whining about it on social media ain't gonna make it no better. Even ride it out or roll. Simple as that. Let's see. Eric says you don't have a quarterback situations. You have an offensive personnel situation. Who outside of McLaurin has earned the job? That's a valid point. You have youth. You have 60% of your wide receiver core is undrafted free agents. Tight end position haven't really got anything out of. Gibson has been, a decent surprise besides today with the Rams locking him down and lack of attempts. He didn't really get going today. But that's what development is about. They had no preseason. This is a new offense. The guy that I'm talking to online now that I'm tired of responding to was trying to compare them to the Eagles. Oh, the Eagles, they beat San Francisco and they giving Pittsburgh some go. They've been at offense for 4 years. The personnel knows what to do. The offensive linemen, even if they're backups, they've been in that system for 4 years. So therefore, you cannot compare their offense to the Redskins' offense. Because this is a new year. This is a new offense. 5 games in, 1 week beyond preseason. So this was like week 1 for a new offense with a new quarterback and a beat-up offensive line, an inexperienced offensive line. But y'all expecting 500 yards passing, 200 yards rushing, Washington winning 50-0. It's not going to happen. If you think it's going to happen, go plug up Madden. That's the only place it's going to happen. In your imagination, on your PS4 or your Xbox. It's not going to happen right now. This team has developing to do. The same thing Rivera said at the beginning of the season. Now, folks are saying he's switching up because he went to Allen because he's talking about winning the division. Because the division sucks. The job of a coach is to win. And if he can win a division when the division sucks, it's still a division championship. That's something you want on your resume. It's not going to have an asterisk, the other division teams suck, so they won by default. No. It's a victory. And we've seen what happened when NFC East teams go into the playoffs as a wild card. Good things tend to happen. Not saying that will, but a coach's job is to coach. It's also to develop talent. It's also to protect players from themselves. And it's also to see when a player isn't making that next step when he needs to. And with Haskins, he wasn't progressing at the rate that he would have liked. He was still missing open receivers. He was still having footwork and mechanical issues and being consistent with it. But y'all so caught up in whining, talking about, the organization sucks, this and that. Keep on getting caught up in that past BS. That's cool. But don't bring it to me. Because I'm going to shoot it down with real knowledge, real insight. So you can sit there and punch them keys on Facebook all you want. I'm doing this for a reason. I'm a journalist. We have Sports OTHP for a reason. To talk knowledge, insights, not just give you rhetoric and the same BS you hear on these DC sports media channels. I was listening to a station the other day. I'm not even going to name them, but it was ridiculous, some of the stuff they were saying, because they had no idea what they were talking about. But some of you fans will mindlessly regurgitate that BS because you heard it on the radio. That's cool. Do that. That's not what we do here. Let's see. Facebook is killing me right now. Trying to read the comments and they keep on shutting my screen down. Fred says, I think whoever was quarterback today, even if it was Haskins, would have struggled a lot. People are saying Haskins would have played better, but the defensive line, like you said, was killing it. Yeah, they have a top defensive front. They have a quality team. They were in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. It's not like there's some slacks. The other team gets paid too, people. It isn't always about how bad the Washington team is. Sometimes it's about how good the other team is also. It's about giving credit where credit is due. Yes, they look bad. Yes, they lost bad. But to not give the other team credit for playing a better game, having a better game plan, why do you think they are over 50% on third downs? I broke that down in the pregame. Because they have a diverse offense with plenty of weapons. You can't key on anything. That's why when on those third and shorts, third and fours, third and fives, folks were wide open. Because Sean McVay is a great play caller and they have people that's making plays. Difference with our offense, Our young guys haven't had a chance to make plays yet. For one, they've been playing from behind most of the time. When you're playing from behind, the other team knows that too. That means they're going to be blitzing, pass rushing. So you're not going to have time to get the ball deep. You're going to have to do something short and hope they can make something happen. So y'all having all these outrageous expectations of 300, 400-yard passing games and 5, 6 touchdowns thrown. If you think about that, you need to go, with another team because that just ain't happening. Go root for Kansas City. They do that on a regular. This Washington football team is not built like that. And if you expect that, ain't nothing I can tell you, but all football fans don't know football. That's my hashtag I started years ago, and I'm going to stick with it because I'm not going to sit here and break it down to you because you don't want to listen anyway. Because you're listening to them fools on 106 and 7. Don't bring that here. It's not going to turn out well for you. Let's see what else we got. Appreciate you sharing it, Robbie. Let's see. Greg says, proud fan, season ticket holder for life. I like how they were getting a good young team, mainly through the draft. And update on the ISU rookie left tackle. Will he be healthy, ready to play? LSU. Sadiq Charles, I didn't get a chance to look at the inactive list. He has been inactive for the last 3 weeks, I believe. They said he was putting in some work at left tackle and giving some competition to Christian, but we've seen Christian in there for all season. So apparently it's not, he's not ready to go in there yet, or they don't think Christian's done bad enough to put him in there. But you got to put some of it on Scott Turner. The play calls, I'm still not happy with his play calls. I mean, Gibson only had, 11 touches. I know they were behind most of the game, but that's where balance comes in. And you saw in the first quarter, they were rolling the pocket, they were running the ball. It wasn't successful on the first drive, but second drive, they got points. I was hoping for some consistency and the offense to get into a groove, but we saw what happens. The defensive line took over, and they ended up with 8 sacks today. They dominated the line the same way the Washington team did against Philly in the second half in week 1. They did to the Washington football team today. So, I mean, you can make excuses for it. You can talk about we suck. You can talk about fire Scott Turner after 5 games. But what has that gotten us in the past? The same damn results. So you can keep repeating the same behavior and expecting a different result and be insane. I'm a little crazy. I might be a lot crazy, but I'm not insane. And some of y'all, I'm going to just leave it at that. Fred said it was nice to see him to attempt to stretch the field. Yeah, I mean, you got to get some diversity in the offense, but playing from behind every week, you can't really be that diverse because they know you have to pass the ball to get down the field. You're not going to come back from 17 points down running the ball. So it's about predictability, it's about strategy, it's about game planning, it's about adjustments. Unfortunately, this team hasn't got off to a fast start, really, in any of the games. Applauding getting 7 points in the first half is not a good thing. That's just us being frustrated with them getting shut out in the first half. But it's a work in progress. It's week 5, people, with no preseason. What part of that don't y'all understand? Preseason is, even though everybody talk about how much they hate it, it's necessary in football because you have to get your chemistry together, you have to get your timing together. New offenses, new players, new schemes, new thought processes. It's a lot of stuff that goes into an offense, a lot of moving and working parts. It isn't that you just push a button on the controller and make the wide receiver jump and the quarterback throw the ball and they break it for a 70-yard touchdown. Yay! That's cool. Go play your Xbox or your PS4. It's not happening in the NFL. If it was that easy, there would be a lot more coaches in the league and they wouldn't be recycling and using the same ones over and over again. So there is some method behind the madness of what's going on. It's rebuilding. It's starting new. It's changing the culture of what we've been dealing with for the last 25 plus years. So you can't have it both ways. You can't have it and say, yeah, we're going to take time and, see how things work. And then when he tries to switch things up and see what's working and see what doesn't work, you get butthurt about it. Like, you have a coach that's being up front. And I took my hat off to him the other day, but that press conference on Wednesday with some of them DC social media folks, and some of them dumb questions they were asking, he was very patient. I know if it was me, an MF or a couple of times when it came out, like, didn't I just say that, man? You asking the same question this person asked you, just a different way. Now, he's giving you the information. I'm going to take him at his word. As I said in the pregame, if this was Jay Gruden, I wouldn't believe a damn thing that he had said at that press conference on Wednesday. But the fact that he says that he has faith that, Dwayne will be a part of his organization, that there are things he need to work on, which I've been saying from week one, his footwork. He gets happy feet sometimes. He doesn't set his feet. He doesn't use proper technique. His mechanics. He doesn't do it every way the same way every time. That's what makes a quarterback great. Consistency in his mechanics, his footwork, and his study. And for him to be missing some of these receivers on a weekly basis that's open, or going for a receiver that's in triple coverage and missing the man in the flat at 5 yards is wide open, instead of getting a 2nd and 5, you went 2nd and 10, or he took a sack, and you're in 2nd and 15 and 17 and behind the chains again, which makes your offensive coordinator have to call passing plays to get you back ahead of the chains, which once again puts your offense pressure on it. Then you're 3 and out, or one first down, and you out after that. Then you put more pressure on your defense. Then they get tired. Then, the defense sucks, and we need to fire the defensive coordinator, and this whole team sucks. It's the reason why stuff happens. It isn't just because they suck. It's called building a team. Coach Rivera has experience in this. Remember, he took Carolina from 2-14 to a Super Bowl appearance. You took the fries from the freezer to the deep fryer. That's the progress you've made in your life. But you criticizing this man who has over half of his life in the NFL coaching and playing. So before y'all listen to these know-nothing journalists that ain't never took a snap or played a sport in their life to criticize him and don't know what his mindset is, because no coach is going to tell you exactly what's on his mind. If he does, he's a damn fool and he won't have a job for long. But the point is, pump the brakes, people. Get off the ledge. It's week 5. And y'all talking about fire this person, fire that person, and this person sucks. He's a bust, this, and this. After 5 weeks on your job, and were you the best at it? I highly doubt it. But what if they decided to just fire you or cut you? Yeah, I don't think this is going to work out. This week 5, you got 16 weeks, and yeah, you got to go. Same thing applies. It's a learning process. They had no preseason. They had virtual OTAs. They didn't have the normal time that they would have to gel and become an offense and learn together. That's what playing football is about. Chemistry, playing as one unit, playing as a whole for one goal, to win, to score, to stop the other team. Some folks just don't get that. What's up, James? Brittany, I see you. I know you want to, you always want to fire everybody. So, it is what it is, but that doesn't solve anything. It's 5 games. Last year, he had a rusher with 1,000 rushing yards and 1,000 receiving yards. I believe that's the first time that's been done in the NFL. With a team that was in a similar situation with this team with injuries and at the bottom of the division. But he found a way to get him to do that when everybody was keying on him. Because that's all they pretty much had. But it still got done. But you're saying fire him. Just like the coach on the other sideline today, Sean McVay. It's a good offensive play caller, but he was under a coach that couldn't stand having somebody smarter than him on the team. You go to L.A., he's in the Super Bowl, a year or 2 later? No, okay. Matt LaFleur, Green Bay, got off to the best start in franchise history as a head coach. Made it to the playoffs his first season. Didn't make it here. It's about patience, people. It's about development. It's about chemistry. It's about timing. And it isn't instantaneous. Y'all got to get that out y'all head, man. I know it's an instant gratification world. You text message, you get DoorDash at your door whenever you want it. You can do this and do that. But everything don't fly like that, especially in sports, especially in football. Brittany, yeah, we don't have a McCaffrey, but you have Antonio Gibson, who can be a McCaffrey. who can, if he gets the opportunity and when they're not trailing, to actually do some of the things that they want to do, he can be that dude. So we have the weapons. It isn't about trying to mimic what McCaffrey is or who he is. It's about getting production out of position the same way he did in the previous location. So he might not be Christian McCaffrey, but he has the same attributes and upside that McCaffrey has. Facebook is really killing me, taking my damn messages down. Kevin says 31 other teams had no off season. That's true, but the 31 other teams have a new coach, new quarterback, new offensive coordinator, new wide receivers, new running back, new offensive line. I don't think so. So if you're going to make a comparison, make an even comparison. Stop with this nitpicking bullshit. If you want to be real about football, be real about it. Don't try to bring that bullshit from other people you done regurgitated. This isn't the same team as anywhere else. So stop trying to put them in the same fucking box. Either get on the train or get the fuck off. All this whining and bellyaching ain't going to get you nowhere. It's stupid. Either listen to the coach and believe what he's saying or roll. This isn't Jay Gruden. This isn't a dumb dude standing there lying to you week by week, making up bullshit, pulling out of his ass. This is a proven NFL coach that shoots straight from the hip. And until he lies or gets caught in a lie, I'm going to give him that benefit. So y'all can keep pulling them other bullshit out. I'm going to keep shooting it down. Because no team is like this team. No team is rebuilt. No team had their name taken away from them in the offseason. So you can't keep on putting other situations and trying to compare it evenly with this situation. As I mentioned, the Eagles, somebody tried to throw. They've been in the same offense for 4 years. They've had the same offensive coordinator. The quarterback, even though he wasn't healthy, he was studying the same playbook for 4 years. So when he gets in the game, he knows, oh, if my slot man is covered, my running back is in the flat. Muscle memory. He doesn't even have to think about it. He just throws the ball. Dwayne is having to think. That's why they made the move to Allen, because he doesn't know the offense like the back of his hand, which is not his fault. Because once again, going back to my point when I first started, they had no preseason. So come on, people. Come on. Y'all better than this. Oh, Robbie, my bad. I didn't even see you. I sent the link. My bad. That'd be you know how I get talking with these Washington football fans, boy. They just, some of them just don't get it, man. I don't understand it. And Brittany, no, he didn't strike a nerve. It's just the point that I'm repeating the same things over and over and over, and folks are using the same BS logic, and I shoot it down and they bring it back again. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Keep on saying it? No, I'm tired of saying it. Stay, be a fan, or roll. There's two options. If you didn't like your job, would you be on Facebook complaining about it all day? Or would you go look for a new job? You don't like your football team? There are 31 other teams out there. You got the option. You choose to be a fan of this team. Nobody's twisting your arm. So all the whining and complaining and bitching online, what does it really do? It just shows how crazy our fan base is, what everybody else says about our fan base. That's why I can't dispute that argument. I used to defend the fan base. Now, after 10 years in the game, I can't. Because I done had some crazy interactions with fans, and they would have some of the most craziest logic in the world, and they would believe that wholeheartedly. And I just sit there and be like, oh, okay, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Let's see. Let me see if I can get Robbie on. Oh shit, wrong one. Shit, I ain't even been on Facebook, Robbie. My bad. I gotta open it up. Just to go over some of these ugly stats. Kyle Allen was 9 for 13 for 74 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, 83.5 quarterback rating, sacked twice. Excuse me. Alex Smith, once he got in the game, was 9 for 17 with 37 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 58.7 quarterback rating, and getting sacked 6 times, which is not good at all. Let me get the zoom up. I gotta switch up to the other feed. Give me a second, Robbie. I'm getting everything set up. I forgot to set it up before. I had to get on and get some of this stuff off my chest, talking to some of these fans. Da, 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 da. All right, what's going on, Robbie? Give me a quick second. Get the OBS set up. Oh, okay. Only want to do the side by side today. Okay, let's see how that goes. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? No. Where did it go? Bear with me, people. My bad.
You're all good. I'm here now.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my OBS acting up. Got us side by side instead of on top. Check your settings. It got us side by side on top. I don't have a side by side set up, man.
Just try to.
It's only giving me speaker and gallery view for some reason. Oh, you don't have a PC hooked up. That's why.
Yep.
Damn it, Robbie.
I'm sorry.
Now you making me work. Now I got to figure out how to pull this off. Go ahead. Just go ahead.
Grab the box and just move it, like on the view. Because if it's left or right or up or down, you should be able to just move it.
You're killing me because I'm in studio mode. You're killing me. I can't do it until I pull you on.
Just pull me on.
Yeah, I'm about to switch it up now. Turn that. All right, go ahead. You go ahead and get some stuff off of your chest while I try to get this stuff situated.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to. I mean, first of all, I want to agree with you. Like, I think that people are expecting too much too soon. Like, it's kind of, it's a work in progress. We had to deal with like an injury today. We had to deal with Alex Smith, who hasn't taken any reps with the first team. We had to deal with Donald on his back. I mean, with all things considered, I mean, he's arguably maybe the comeback player of the year just for showing up and steering our team and not getting re-injured. And I'm now really at a place where I'm kind of torn, where I just don't know whether or not we should continue with Alex Smith going forward. Depending on how severe the injury is, obviously to Kyle. It's an interesting situation for sure.
Should have turned the webcam off. Ain't that a bitch? I'm having some difficulties over here, Robbie. Just keep on, man. I'm trying to get this situated.
Okay, no problem.
It's killing me right now.
We're trying different things.
Yeah, it's killing me right now. It's not doing what I wanted to do.
I see what it is doing. Just click and just drag it to the right, the box in the bottom.
Yeah, but it's not letting me do it because the overlay keep on getting in. Every time I try to go to the damn feed, it keep on taking me back to the overlay.
That's crazy. Even on OBS, we tap on it? Anyway.
Yeah, but I don't remember changing nothing. That's what's trying to trip me out. I didn't change nothing on this one, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know. If you lock that overlay layer, it won't move. And then you can click the one behind it and click on that layer. Anyway, behind the scenes OBS training, right? While we're going live. But I don't know. I thought that we played really well, all things considered. And, I just don't know where the franchise goes from here, whether or not you go with Alex Smith or Kyle Allen or, I don't think you necessarily go right back to Blaine. It'll be interesting to see. The Giants just took a lead 7-3 here over Dallas, so they can get a win in this game. All the teams are all stacked up right there with one win, and it doesn't really. It'll be interesting to see how it shakes up. And then the next 6 weeks, we play Dallas twice, we play New York twice. We also played 2 other winnable games in the Lions and in Cincinnati. Who knows what happens in those 6 matchups. And Tony's mentioning, I'm hoping that we're learning week to week. I think that we are. I understand why the coach needed to see some of the other players and to see if there's issues with the system or is there issues with the quarterback. And who knows what Alex, what they're doing behind the scenes. But I think Alex Smith gives you a great chance to lead the team. I'd kind of like to see what happens now that we've got shaken the rust off him a little bit. See what he's got. Give him one more week. Give him the whole first team. He had no first team reps, I believe, this week. So
he probably, with being number 2, he probably had limited, not many. But he didn't have as many as he would if he was a starter. But I'm not even sure how I feel about him being number 1. I think I would rather see Allen, just knowing that he's been in the offense for 3 years, just to see what they could do. Like I said, granted, this game against the Rams, they have a good defense. So, I mean, they didn't put up any yards for real. But I mean, like I said, it's a work in progress, and I would like to see Allen in there just to see what he can do, if he can move the offense, if they can get any of that one drive that they had and stretch it out for some consistency, then I'd be happy with that.
Yeah, for sure. By the way, Carol, can you click on that layer or not even that?
It won't even. I'm trying to. It won't even give me control to
Remember,
move the damn Zoom joint.
No, don't move it on Zoom. Just in OBS.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It won't let me move it on Zoom. I'm on OBS for some reason.
Maybe it's locked. Just check to make sure it's not.
That might be it too. Let's see. Is it locked? Yeah. Hey, thanks, Robbie.
There you go.
It's been a rough couple of days, man.
I know. I'm just. Yeah, that's what I'm here.
I just spent the last 5 minutes trying to figure out why it wouldn't move, and I had the damn thing locked the whole damn time.
I was on a roll. I couldn't.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, it'll be. This whole division is so upside down. I don't even know, what to expect with it. At this point, I mean, the fact that the Giants just took the lead right there, who knows what's going to happen? I mean, the Eagles looked okay for a big portion of the day, but then the Steelers just kind of took over at the end. And, it's just, I don't know. I don't know what to expect with anything in this division. I mean, if the Giants win this game, that's just crazy. But they played a really good game last week against LA. And I thought they exposed some stuff with LA, and LA came in and, put a hurt on us. I can't believe LA has to come. I was seeing their schedule and like how many times they had to travel at the end of that game. I was like, holy crap! Like they're really putting them through the gauntlet. Like they had to go to Philly, New York, Washington, and Miami all in the first 8 weeks. It's like so much travel for them, but they're just, they're a team of no nonsense, right? No excuses. They dealt a shitty hand with that schedule, but they've come in and just put together a really good game plan. And I think what you were saying before was kind of giving them credit. I mean, they're a great team in all phases of the football game. And yes, they've had some lulls both in this matchup, and they've had some lulls last week too. But I mean, overall, that team is improving week to week. They've got a crazy good defensive line. They've got good playmakers at all positions. I mean, I thought that. None of us preseason picked us to win the game, and that was the only week where we all gave us the L in our preseason predictions. So, it gives you an idea of, like, they're a franchise that has had consistency, as you've talked about, and they sort of built this sort of identity behind defense and the run game, which is something that a lot of fans here wish that we would do. But it's just, we don't have the offensive line that we need right now. I just think that that's a big question mark. And without having the offensive line, it really limits, also not the chemistry. Alex Smith almost hit Terry McLaurin deep, and if he makes that pass, right, in that game in that position, and they go down and score a touchdown there, the whole entire game is totally different. So, it was off his fingertips.
Like I said, I'm not even tripping about, Alex Smith, missing a couple. It's bigger than that. That's what I'm trying to get folks to see. And Kev, ain't about my blood pressure being up, bro. That's just the passion I got for my craft and my team. So don't ever take it as I'm getting upset or getting pissed off or whatever. That's just the passion I got for my team and just trying to get folks to understand the real of it and not just look at it from the fan perspective. Because I was a fan. I was a fan coming up. But now being in the sports media game for 10 years and writing about the team and, learning about how things really work and not just what we hear second and third hand, I look at things differently. I just try to get you guys to look at things differently and not through that same perspective. And yes, Brittany, 30 years of losing will have fans in a frustrated state, which I don't blame you for. I get it. As I said, I was a fan. I've lost money on this team over years betting on it. I don't do it anymore. I only bet food and alcohol now. But I've lost money on this team. I've been where the fan perspective. It just frustrates me because I try to get folks out of that box, but they refuse to move. So that's why I just, do what I do, man.
So I got some breaking news real quickly, Carol.
Go ahead, Robbie.
What your next thought. So the Giants just intercepted and had an incredible return. It was in for a touchdown. They're going for the extra point right now, and it is up, and it is good. So the New York Giants take an early 14-3 lead with 5:48 left in the first quarter. So that's exciting.
That's cool. That's cool. I'm looking at some fancy football numbers. Damn it, that damn Claypool, the rookie for Pittsburgh. I meant to pick him up a couple of weeks ago. That Bama got 4 touchdowns today, man. And
Wow.
my squad is hurting for points, and I could definitely use them. And I left Crowder on the bench, and Crowder put up 18 today.
Oof.
Yeah, Smith
I had a
shoots.
rough morning. I tried to pick the Falcons to finally get on the board against the Panthers. They did not. I was wrong
I
with
did too.
That Raiders was a crazy ending with them coming back. No one in our pick and picked them on
Yeah,
that one.
I think everybody missed that. Nobody expected that one. So I know I didn't. When I saw him
Right,
coming back, I was caught off guard.
yeah, and the Texans, I was like, oh, maybe I thought maybe they'd get off the schneid too, but I was like, nah, the Jaguars are actually not too bad of a team. But
I was thinking with a
Texans,
new coach, I didn't think they would be able to come together, but they beat
yeah, they did.
a Jay Gruden led offense. I mean,
Right.
I should have known. I should have known.
Right, just some crazy stuff early on in the matchups. It's all really close. Arun's having a great week. He's coming for you. You're right now at first with 49 points, and Arun is right there at 48. I'm down there at 45, so I'm having not as good of a week, but I'm only 4 points back.
Yeah, I was checking the standings a little earlier. Like I said, I took the Buccaneers over the Bears, so that burnt me early in the week. The Chiefs Raiders, I said probably nobody got that one, and the Texans Jaguars. I was expecting the Jaguars to be able to beat the Texans with a new coach, but like I said, Jay Gruden led offense, so that is what it is. They only put up 14 today, so. But just to wrap up on this, because I'm not gonna go all day on this. I got other stuff I need to do. Got another show to prep for at 6. But this team is gonna be alright. It's all in the patience that you have. If you're expecting big things and a quick turnaround and a Super Bowl run or appearance in the next 2 seasons, it could happen. Will it happen? We can only wait and see. I don't have a crystal ball to see the future. If I did, I'd play the lottery and I wouldn't have to worry about working. But I can't do that, so all we can do is wait and see. And like I said, we can trust the coach who has given us no reason to not trust him. Or you can listen to all the hype and all the clickbait and all the rumors and anonymous sources and sources around the team have said and all of that. We don't do that here. When I saw the first report, I talked to 2 of my sources, and that's where I'm coming from. Nothing is solidified, nothing is written in stone, so I'm not going to go on the record either way. All we can do is wait and see. See if anybody else got anything to say. No, that's about it. Everybody else pretty much chimed in. Yeah, I should check Periscope too. That'd be a good idea just in case.
I'll just say real quickly while you check Periscope. I think overall, the football team's going in the right direction. We talked about that on that Thursday interview that we had with Walter Roberts. You got to build a culture change, and it takes time. For anyone to expect that it to happen overnight, that's not how it happened. I flipped this pillow over to talk about the champions. The Capitals did it the right way. They kept some of the same players over time. Same thing with the Mystics. Same things with the Nationals. It took time. None of those teams were able to just suddenly turn it on in 1 year. All those teams were building. Remember, the Mystics, the whole season was run it back, and they did, and that's how they won the championship. The Capitals kept on flaming out in the second round to their arch rival that kept on winning it in front of them, and they were able to do it. And the Nationals were picked to win the championship year after year over the last 6 years, and ultimately they were never able to put it together in the time that counted. But that same core old group of people infused with new young talent was able to, after a while playing together, come together and win a championship. And that's why we are the District of Champions. Unfortunately, the football team isn't one of those recent champions, but at the same time, there's a formula there that they could all take going forward, and I think we got to stick with it. We've got to stick with this coach for 2 or 3 years and let him rebuild it. You can't just jump the gun. Even if we only got 1 win, 2 wins, 3 wins this year, just believe in the process. And we don't have an offensive line to win a championship right now. It's just not there. And then there's other key position pieces that we're missing as well. I think we need a couple more pieces at wide receiver and maybe even a tight end, although they played pretty well at times. But it's been hard to evaluate what we've got with the talent, and that's why I'm happy to have a veteran quarterback maybe come in and let's see what they could do with the system. And today was a tough day against a good defense and with the rain, and they're up against it. But let's see how they do next week and the week after that. So let's give them a couple weeks with a veteran quarterback, and then we can evaluate things a little bit more.
No doubt, no doubt. Brittany, I'm gonna give you the heads up. Don't get your boy flamed. Please don't. Don't get your boy flamed just because he on fanboy status and he want to be up your butt. Because I will fry him on air and via comment section. So don't do it. It's not gonna turn out well. I've been drinking. I'm tired. And if he wants to go football knowledge, we can go head up Facebook Live and go side by side, and I can make him look foolish. So if he wants to jump out there, please send me an invite. I'm in the mood to act foolish. Please. Because I will put him on blast. And then you can come buy a car from me at Honda Waldorf when I'm working this week. So if you want to get him flamed, keep putting him out there. It's not going to turn out well. Trust me. But on that note, before things get any more escalated, before I end up showing some true colors that I've been trying to keep concealed, because I'm trying to keep it business. I'm trying to keep it PC. I'm not trying to go back to jail. But I'm a killer, but don't push me. I will push that button if I need to. But
For sure. No, I need you tomorrow on the show.
yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's not worth it. I got too much other stuff going on right now. But make sure you tune in tomorrow night. Sports on the Hill podcast starting at 7:00. We'll be starting with baseball playoffs. Unfortunately, Big Bry, our baseball guru, won't be on the show, but we'll still have it covered pretty well. I know Arun probably got some stats from out of nowhere that he'll drop on us. Then we'll talk some NBA Finals. Isn't Game 6 tonight, Robbie? It could possibly be over.
It is tonight. It is in just a couple of hours. I believe it's a 7:30 start time on Sundays. So it'll be interesting. We'll either recap the glorious Lakers championship, or we'll talk about a Game 7 that would be the next night. So it'll be a fun time on NBA Talk. And then, of course, we'll talk football in the next hour. And then we're going to bring in Ann at the end of the show, and we're going to talk about all this NHL free agency. Lots of moves. The Capitals have picked up a lot of great defensive players, interesting pickups, some for on the cheap, some not. And we also picked up a veteran goalie that we predicted last week. So lots of interesting moves. We even drafted a player whose idol was Alexander Ovechkin. So all that and more to end the show at the end of that second hour. Lots to talk about tomorrow. I'm excited. I'm excited to even talk about Alex Smith and his return to football. I know it wasn't the win that we were hoping for, but it was still – we saw a lot today, and I think that there's a lot to be learned from a game like today. And I think that if anybody just thought, oh, it's a loss and thus, you didn't get anything from it, I think you're not paying attention. I mean, I think Alex Smith is an inspiration. Their coach is an inspiration. And these players are playing hard even in a loss. I think that they were mismatched at times. But ultimately, I think, there's so much good to be seen, from the play of the players. They didn't give up on this game. They played it tough all the way through. And I think we'll see more of that in the upcoming weeks.
I mean, I get it. I mean, it's frustrating to watch your team lose and go through the same thing week in and week out. I get it. It's frustrating to watch. But, I mean, they have to grow and gain experience through somewhere, and they have to get to the point where they're tired of losing and being the same team that they've been week in and week out, and eventually it's going to finally pay off. It's just a building process, and this is a decent schedule. This isn't no cakewalk schedule. I mean, we got the AFC North and NFC West, two of the better divisions in the league. So, I mean, our division sucks right now, but we play each other tough. So it isn't like it's a week off against a subpar opponent. Is just that the fact that all the teams are injured, all the teams are, have new personnel in some aspect, unlike the Washington team that has, new across the board and on the offensive side. So, I mean, it is what it is. We definitely can break it down and discuss it some more tomorrow, see if we can get Dugenet on tomorrow, get his perspective from outside the DMV, see what he has to say from the outside looking. And we was talking earlier today about the Haskins situation. And we'll probably talk about that a little bit tomorrow. And if anybody, as I say, want to chime in, more than welcome on the Facebook Live feed. Had a lot of interaction. Appreciate that. Y'all could be tuning in anywhere else, but y'all checking us out. Um, like I said, if you're looking
Check
for a
out
new,
the website also. If you missed the Walter Roberts interview, that
yeah,
sportsothb.com. Really interesting to get a perspective from a former champion and someone who played for the Washington Redskins back in the day, and just got to play for Vince Lombardi and some really cool stories. So if you're looking for some feel-good stories and some interesting parts of NFL history to end out your day, and something that's not related to the woes of the Washington football team, it's definitely a fun listen. I listened back to it again today myself, and I really enjoyed it.
cool. Or you can go back and check out the Julie Donaldson interview 3 weeks ago that we had.
For sure.
You can go check out any of the old videos, promos, pregame, postgame, because we on the record. I have no problem admitting when I'm wrong, like I did about Alex Smith earlier. I thought he would never play again. Went out there and, did what he can do. Take my hat off to him. I wasn't expecting that. Kudos. Hope he ain't too sore tomorrow after 2 years off of the field. It's going to be interesting to see what goes forward with the quarterback situation. A lot of folks, that's the other thing I didn't speak on. Just because Rivera benched him, no, he did. He said it wasn't permanent. He didn't say that he's, can't use him. He can't play, put him on the bench and give me, put him as third string and, let me get these two guys and we need to cut him because he's a bust. He didn't say that.
All those trade rumors that are coming out today and all these, it's so interesting. This fan base, though, and it's hard to know what's real and what's not because there's just so many rumors that fly around. One moment, he's, unfollowing, people on the team, so maybe that's true. Maybe he's sick today, maybe he's not. Maybe he's going to be traded, maybe he's not.
The unfollowing thing, I'm not really tripping off the unfollowing thing because if you tuned into Sports OTHP when we first drafted him, I said that was going to be something that was key. With him coming home, would he be able to deal with the social media and the Washington football team fans? And at first, everything was hunky-dory. It was cool. But now, I'm not mad at him. But they were mentioning some maturity issues. So, he's only 24. He's still young. When we was 24, we was doing all types of dumb, crazy stuff. If you tuned in at the bar radio tonight, I'd probably be talking about some of the crazy stuff that I was doing when I was 24 if you tuned in at about 6 o'clock. But I'm not looking at it as this is permanent. This is end-all to end-all because Rivera said in his press conference that it wasn't. And until he gets caught up in the lie, gets proven to be lying about the situation, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I have no reason not to.
Well, the Giants are moving the ball again. So they just got a first down, and now they're 2nd and 3. And they're driving with about 39 seconds left in the first quarter. So it's interesting if the Giants could take a 21-3 lead here early in Dallas. That would be something for sure. So a lot still to be decided in this football season.
Well, we know the Cowboys like to come back, and they like to come back in dramatic fashion. So they better build a lead because we saw them the last 3 weeks. One time they came back from the lead, but we've seen them put
up. Their offensive coordinator is their former coach. I mean, what a crazy story!
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
the clapper. That's what I call him. He's just a clap. He always clapping. They could be losing 30-0, and he's still on the sideline clapping.
Right. Well, he'll be clapping on that first down play right there to end the first quarter. But
so yeah, he definitely does have an insight on their weaknesses because their defense is nice, but he definitely knows how to exploit it, being the coach there for so long. So yeah, I'll probably check some of that out before we get in at the bar radio at 6 o'clock. But I'm about to get out.
Fun. I'm sorry that I only really wanted to do this with you on wins, but I thought Alex Smith's such a big story, and I'm so proud of how hard we fought even in a loss. As a fan, I'm proud. I know that some fans aren't, but I don't think that they don't see the full picture. Right?
No, they don't. They don't. But that's what fans do. That's why I don't take it personal. Fans are fans. I get it. I used to be one. I understand. You just don't come for me with no fan type BS. That's all I'm saying. Because I'm always going to give you the X and O perspective. And if you don't get it, you don't get it. I'm not going to keep on explaining it to you. I might use color pencils and crayons maybe once. But if you don't get it after that, then...
Well, that's why I love our dynamic, right? You do the X's and O's, and I sort of break it down from the fan perspective.
Yeah, that's why.
I at least try to see it from both sides.
Yeah, that's
right?
why the show works. That's why we are who we are. That's why it's the best DC sports show in the area.
Yeah.
Too bad more folks don't know about it. You got, haters or whatever. But yeah, that's cool. As long as you hate, that means I'm doing something right and doing something good. So all we can do is what we can do, Rob. We can't make them, get the knowledge, man. You can lead them to
For
water,
sure.
but you can't make them think, man.
Exactly. Well, I look forward to breaking it down. 7 o'clock baseball, 7:30 ish basketball, 8 o'clock football, and 8:30 ish NHL coverage. So we got a full show tomorrow. Lots to talk about. And I got a day off, so I'm excited to set up for that.
Hey, I'll be at the dealership at 9 a.m. So if anybody need a ride, come on and holler at me. Come ask for Carol Porter or CP3. They know who it is. But we about to get out of here. It's 5 o'clock. Gonna catch the rest of these games. Get ready for At the Bar Radio at 6. I'll be streaming live again on Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, as always. Y'all be easy, be safe. CP3, Robbie G, live from the Man Cave. CP3, live from At the Bar Radio. We catch you tomorrow night, Sports OTHP, True Radio Network, and we out.